Endotracheal intubation. Endotracheal intubation is an essential resuscitative procedure in the emergency setting. There are various indications for endotracheal intubation. In this module, we will discuss and focus on technique of endotracheal intubation and highlight the role of physiotherapist in managing patients who undergo this procedure. Objective of this module include describing about the equipment, personnel, preparation and technique necessary for endotracheal tube intubation. And the second one is outline appropriate evaluation of the potential complications and clinical significance of endotracheal tube intubation technique. And lastly, physical therapy strategies for improving care coordination and communication to advance endotracheal tube intubation technique and improve outcomes. So here we will see the part of vocal cords and the importance in the vocal cord in intubation. So here we will see some indication and contraindication of endotracheal intubation shown in this slide. So airway obstruction classified as upper and lower. Upper, the above the glottis, and lower is the below the vocal cord. Can also be classified as partial and complete obstruction. And the obstruction causes are like trauma, edema, tumor, or change in muscle tone or any tissue support. So here we will see the routes for intubation. That's three types, like orotracheal, nasotracheal and tracheostomy. Oral intubation, some advantages and some disadvantages are there. Advantages are like larger tube can inserted, tube can be inserted in more speed and less trauma can occur, easier suctioning, less airflow resistance, reduce risk of tube nicking. And disadvantages like gagging, coughing, salivation, irritation can occur. Tube fixation is more difficult, and gastric distension from frequent swallowing of air can occur. Mucosal irritation, ulceration of mouth and change tube position can also the disadvantages of. So here is the nasal intubation advantage and disadvantage. Advantages are like more comfort than oral intubation, gagging decrease, less salivation, improve mouth care and better tube fixation, that is improve communication also. And disadvantages are like pain, discomfort occur, nasal and paranasal complications are present like sinusitis, otitis, epistaxis. More difficult procedure is the nasal intubation, smaller tube may needed, increase airflow resistance, difficult suctioning and bacteremia may occur in nasal intubation. So now we will discuss about the equipments. These all are the equipments used in intubation. You can see in our screen. Then the first one is the endotracheal tube. Endotracheal tube inserted into trachea through mouth or nose to maintaining patient airway. This is the hook in the proximal end and the stylet over of the universal connector of the ETT. And the ETT size ranges from 2.0 to 12.0 mm. So next one is the oral airway. You can see the oral airway different color, and it's used to maintain patient airway, prevent tongue from covering epiglottis. And third one is the suctioning equipment for suction. Then the next one is the surgical tape, which is used to secure ETT. Then the next one is the bite block to protect ETT. Then we can see the colorimetric CO2 detector. It detects the CO2 level mainly used in COVID-19 patient. Then we can see the mechanical filter which is used in the bag mask. And this one is the PEP valve, the rotating PEP valve to insert to fix in the bag mask. Then we can see this one is the video laryngoscope, which is used to obtain the view to see the larynx, vocal cord, glottis. And this one is the laryngoscope. You can use for this to see the vocal cord and glottis. And this one is the clamp, mainly used for COVID-19 patient to minimize aerosolation of the medicines. And this one is the heat and moisture exchanger. And this one is the book which provide guide over ET tube. Then now we can see the very important thing, which one is the bag valve mask with we can see the oxygen tubing. First attach the mechanical filter followed by the face mask. Then next we can attach in this bag mask, that is the PEEP valve fittings equally. Then attach the oxygen tubing, and after oxygen tubing we will attach the CO2 detector. The CO2 detector you can check attach to check the ETT placement, this one is correctly placed or not. These all are the equipments we are using in endotracheal intubation. We will discuss about the positioning of the patient at the time of intubation. Ramped and snipping positions are most common position. Snipping position where the supine torso, neck flexed and head extended, and wrapped position involves elevating torso and head. Pillow or towel below the shoulder to avoid any injury or trauma, and it will help for the oxygenation and the time of intubation. And elevate the tergus of ear in the line of sternal notch, and to facilitate breathing, flexion of lower cervical spine and extension at atlato-occipital joint in this position, which will show in this picture. And then alignment of laryngeal, pharyngeal and oral axis for direct laryngoscopy, if we were going for direct laryngoscopy without video laryngoscope. Then when we are ready to intubate, two-way communication always needed. The team members always aware of the procedures and the drug administration, and the one team member should monitor the vital signs, and the oxygenation which is providing by the bag valve mask, that is the 15 liter per minute. We should aware of that, and then we will start the procedure of the intubation. Oral endotracheal intubation. Oral endotracheal tube intubation is performed when the practitioner's skill and the patient's clinical condition permits. When we will start the intubation, the laryngoscope normally used for intubation procedure. So the practitioner lift the laryngoscope handle like this way until the vocal cords are visualized. Here we can see in this video the epiglottis, the vocal cords and arytenoid cartilage lift so well. The tube is inserted beginning at the right corner of the mouth. Primary placement is confirmed when the tube is visualized passing through the vocal cord. We can see in this picture, when correctly positioned, the tip of the tube is halfway between vocal cord and the carina. We can see in this video laryngoscope the procedure so well. And the distal end of the tube is secured at the depth of the insertion is noted at the teeth or gums. The practitioner holds the tube to provide stabilization and prevent inadvertent extubation until the tube is secured. The practitioner ensures that there is no air leak and the cough inflation volume is minimally occlusive. Then nasotracheal intubation. Nasotracheal intubation is performed when oral intubation is not appropriate or is contraindicated when the practitioner's skill and patient clinical condition permits. So here is the inferior tubuinate, middle tubuinate and superior tubuinate, and the tube into the airway channel inserted. This is the vocal cords, arytenoid cartilage. The breath sounds become maximal just before entering the glottis. While listening, continue to advance the tube during inspiration. Inspiration facilitates movement of the tube through the glottis opening. Ensure that there is no air leak and the cough inflation volume is minimally occlusive like oral endotracheal intubation. So verify tube placement. We will see the vocal cord, then the respiration, Then the movement of chest, then we can auscultate the chest to see the tube placement is correct or not. Then auscultation of stomach, then waveform of CO2 with numerical reading, then esophageal detector device, then the O2 saturation, then clinical improvement of the patient. So some complications are there in intubation, like some are at the time of intubation, some later complications we can see. At the time of complication, failed intubation, trauma to lips, teeth, tongue, nose, laryngeal trauma, cord avulsion, fracture and dislocation of arachnoid, airway perforation, laryngospasm, bronchospasm, then spinal cord or vertebral column injury, tension pneumothorax, pulmonary aspiration, and some other complications are hypotension, tachycardia, bradycardia, and arrhythmias. After intubation, some complications are also seen, like displacement of the tube, obstruction of the tube like mucus plug or biting, pneumothorax may occur, equipment failure or that is the ventilator disconnected tubing may occur.